Canelo Alvarez admits that he cannot beat David Benavidez and runs to the zone for less money to fight a bum or somebody, when you compare him to David Benavidez, would be considered one. And I take an L to one of my favorite subscribers who predicted that this is what he was going to do. And all excuses, stories to the contrary, all of the facts that we know of points to exactly what I just said. Let's talk about that in this video. Welcome back to the channel. This is Fanon, and we are going to be talking about apparent news. And I do believe that it is safe to say that this is a fact now, as it has been backed up by people with the PBC in their tweets, that Canelo Alvarez has done a Canelo Alvarez, and that the faith that I had placed in Canelo Alvarez was misplaced. And that he is once again taking as much money as he can for as easy a fight as he can get, and ducking David Benavidez for significantly less money than he would get paid if he fought him. And the boxing world turns it on its head and blames the other guy for it. Before I get into the details of it, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're Kamal Oz, I knew this was going to come. He and I had a conversation on my YouTube channel in a live stream where I said, I'm confident that Canelo Alvarez will fight David Benavidez. And Kamal Oz said, I vehemently disagree with that. I think Canelo, as he likes to call Canelo, is going to take an easier fight as he possibly can get for the most money, like he's done in the past. And I said, you know, Kamal, I know that that's a high likelihood of that taking place. But I am a true, in my heart of hearts, Canelo Alvarez fan. And I'm just confident, really meaning I'm just prayerful, that he won't do it. That when people say that he will turn down $55 million for a David Benavidez fight, and that he was upset that the PBC would not pay him $35 million for a slaughter of a inactive and emotionally troubled, according to reports, Jermall Charlo, when they would not allow him to cherry pick Jermall Charlo at the lowest time of his career, that he would be okay. I'm going to fight somebody else. It's a difficult fight. No worry, but no. Apparently, he has narrowed down his choice between worse and worser, or should I say worser and worser, which is Jaime Munguia or Edgar Berlanga. And the funny thing is this, that boxing fans are actually celebrating this. They say, well, that shows that the PBC doesn't have any money and they couldn't afford to pay him. Well, if you put yourself in the mindset of Canelo Alvarez or Eddie Reynoso and the personality characteristics that many boxing fans say that they have, that I was hoping that they didn't, but yet I've seen displayed before and know full well is potentially there. Then what do you have? You have a difficult fight in David Benavidez, which Canelo Alvarez is most likely going to lose. Or an easy money fight or two with Jaime Munguia, who has never even been in the ring with anybody significant, has not done anything in his entire career. And he is the second most likely fight to take place. The first most likely fight is Edgar Berlanga, who is a fighter that I like, but I think it is safe to put him about the same level as a Keyshawn Davis. maybe a Keyshawn Davis, the lightweight prospect, Keyshawn Davis. That is a prospect. Now, Edgar Berlanga, that's a contender. Former 154-pound champion, contender. Not a champion, but a contender. Edgar Berlanga, straight up and down prospect. Straight up and down prospect. This would be akin to Gervonta Davis fighting Abdullah Mason, but a poor man's Abdullah Mason. It may be akin to Lomachenko fighting Kid Austin. It's that lopsided a fight. So I'm disappointed. However, the idea that it's the PBC's fault and somehow this has something to do with them being insolvent and not being able to pay money, let's look at the facts, since that's what people have asked me to make this video about, as they want to gloat on the misfortune of boxing. Because if you think that missing out on a Canelo Alvarez, David Benavidez fight for a Canelo Alvarez, Edgar Berlanga fight is not to the detriment of the boxing world, man, please go watch hockey. Regardless, if what they say is true in the latest reports, which is Al Haymon was not willing to pay him $35 million for what was most likely going to be a mismatch that Jermall Charlo wasn't even ready for. And he wanted him to go straight to David Benavidez for $55 million, in which David Benavidez would only take $5 million. But David Benavidez is willing to do it. But you're okay with that not taking place. You want the Berlanga fight. It seems to me that Al Haymon is saying, no, I can't pay you $35 million guarantee for that fight, because I don't believe that it's worth that. I don't believe that the profit and loss at the end of the day is gonna make a lot of money. So no, but what I will do for you is I will give you a whole lot of money and dang near give you everything but the kitchen sink to fight the best guy in the division. But boxing fans celebrate Canelo Alvarez's refusal to do it and then turn it around and try to blame the guy that offered it, so that you could get a Canelo Alvarez Berlanga fight. Okay, yeah, you're not biased. But anyway, we all know that everybody at a certain point in time can be biased. The only issue is whether or not they're being unfair. And I have to tell you that my thinking that Canelo Alvarez was going to actually take a fight with David Benavidez and we were going to see a 50-50 fight. Well, I don't even think it's a 50-50 fight, honestly. I think it's more like a 55-45 for Benavidez, that he was going to do that and then put all those belts on the line, and that the WBC was going to enforce that and they were going to have to make that fight. I'm disappointed that I was being unfair and biased in favor of Canelo Alvarez and thinking something of him that apparently is not true. However, I still hold out a little bit of hope, because maybe he'll come right back and fight Edgar Berlanga for whatever amount of money and then come fight David Benavidez. But I have to tell you, I don't know. If you're not going to fight him now, why would you fight him 6 months from now? David Benavidez is not going to get any weaker. He's not going to get, you're not getting any younger. He's getting older and only going to get better. But okay, boxing fans, celebrate the demise of a great fight because you want to loosely associate it with the demise of a great boxing organization. But yet at the same time, call yourself boxing fans. You're not, you are extreme haters is all I can say about that. But that's my take on the matter. And I'm going to take this as a big old hit on Canelo Alvarez if he does not fight David Benavidez and he goes to fight somebody like Edgar Berlanga. If he doesn't even fight Jaime Munguia and he fights Edgar Berlanga. Man, what else can you say about Canelo, man? That is a Yildirim fight. That's a Yildirim fight. That's milking the cow. But don't worry, boxing fans love this. As long as it is the PBC that isn't able to make the fight. You will take a whack fight like this out of Eddie Hearn before you will take a much better fight out of Al Haymon in the PBC, and you'll celebrate yourself not getting the best benefit for your money. But anyway, that's my take. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.